Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7, where we're going to be jumping in for a daily race here. We're going to be at Dragon Trail's Seaside Reverse. So it's going to be the return of the Death Chicane, but we are going to be in the reverse layout. So starting in P4 for this one, we are running in Group 3 machines. We've got a couple Porsches. We're rocking the BMW M6, sponsored by Playboy. So Playboy, if you are watching, do please sponsor the channel. But as we're getting on to the race here, so we are on our second count. As I said in the previous video, the daily race A, or the daily race B and the daily race C are going to be a little bit difficult for me this week, as we are not confident or fast at either of these tracks. Of course, daily race B being Brands Hatch and daily race C being Dragon Trail Seaside Reverse. So we are on our second account so that we don't lose too much DR as we get lunged here by the Porsche. So the BMW, it seems to be a very stable car around Dragon Trail. The only thing it does lack a little bit of is the initial acceleration in low end gears. As we see our first death in the Death Chicane. That's going to put us up to P3. Right behind the Norwegian here, who gets a little bit squirrely going into this very difficult corner. Very late apex, which of course I do struggle with quite a lot. Coming into the S's then in the first lap here. We are getting a little bit of dirty air, but not too much, as we are more than half a second back, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Of course, as I'm recording this, the update hasn't come out, so we still are getting a little bit of dirty air. We'll see what the update brings or how it changes the daily races. So do let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on the update, and of course all of the new cars, 5 new free cars. No tracks as of yet that I'm hearing of, but we never know. Do let me know down in the comments what your thoughts and opinions are on the new update. But back to the racing here, we are still in P3, right in the slipstream of the Norwegian driver. We have managed to pull about 2-second gap to the Dutchman behind in the Porsche. Coming into turn number 1 here, closing up right behind that Norwegian Porsche there, who is, I'm assuming, driving in VR2, because that was what his name suggested. Let's see then if the Death Chicane claims any more victims here on lap 2. No deaths, but the Norwegian did go into the wall, so that's going to give us a great run. Now, if you are watching this, never swerve in the braking zone. It is a really bad thing to do. It can cause so many accidents. Luckily, I saw it just in time. Was able to get on the brakes and avoid it, but that did make me go a little bit deep, as I can't turn and brake at the same time. So coming through the S's here, making sure we get a good run, which we do. A little bit wide, but we are still catching up with that Porsche up ahead. Coming to this slow right-hander here, going right up to the back of the Porsche. So now that we have a little bit of time to chat, let's talk about strategy. So racing mediums and racing soft tyres were available and were mandatory, both of them. So we're starting on the medium tyres. The leader, I believe, was also on medium tyres, judging by the lap time he's about to set here, the 38.3. We're setting a 39.6, of course that is with a lot of traffic. It's coming through turn 1 here, so we are starting on the medium tyres. We will be running for 5 laps and then moving on to the soft tyres. We'll see how that plans out in the future. We're coming through the Death Chicane here for the 3rd time. Are we going to get any more victims? No, but we are going to get slight injury on our front left or front right tyre there. Just picking up a little bit of damage as we go into the wall. That is going to compromise our run or our speed all the way up this hill. As you can see there, just trying to counter steer that damage. So moving on now to lap number 4. We have this Porsche all over our back again. So we did manage to catch up quite a bit due to that damage we had on our front, on the front tyre. We're coming through the death chicane here on lap 4 and see whose turn it is to run into the wall this time, as it's been won pretty much every single lap. And this time it is the Porsche behind, so hopefully he picks up a little bit of damage as we can run away. The Norwegian there getting it all kinds of wrong going into this corner once again. So that is going to slow him right up. That's going to bring us up into the slipstream. Again, we are a little bit too far back to be affected by the dirty air. So coming through the S's here, just making sure we get a good solid line, not trying to attack too much. I think that is a common mistake in these S's. Try to attack too much, we just want to let the car roll. Let the tyres do the work, not the engine. Coming into this slow left-hander once again, or right-hander should I say. Getting my lefts and rights mixed up quite a lot. Into the final chicane here on lap 4. And interestingly, although we did not see it, it appears that the leader has actually had a death at the death chicane. He's going to pick up a 1.5 second penalty. That's going to be us temporarily up into P2. However, the Norwegian here is going to get it all kinds of wrong going into turn 1. We're going to go a little bit deep ourselves. We do manage to get it stopped, manage to get it turned in just in time before the Porsche, the Dutch Porsche behind us. So we're going to be up temporarily into P1. Of course, we are coming in this lap for our pit stop. Make sure we don't run into the wall through the chicane. Do that nice and neatly. Coming into this very difficult corner. Taking that late apex, getting it straight on the exit as much as possible so that we don't get too much wheel spin. Now coming into the S's here, we build up quite a gap, but you're going to see from the Porsche how much downforce that Porsche has a lot better traction and downforce, making short work of these S's. But we do have the extra power to power up this hill, so we are going to keep that position for now. Coming into this slow right-hander once again, making sure we don't run wide on the exit. That grass and gravel will spin you out almost instantly. Now what we have left is the final chicane before our mandatory pit stop. We do need those soft tyres. These worn medium tyres are slowing us down quite a bit. We're going to hug the inside here, coming in to take our pit stop. Now interestingly, the Porsche behind, who was on the medium tyres I believe, decided to go for a lap longer. So we're going to see where we come out here. Come out in P6, and we're just going to be right in front of this Mercedes, which is going to help us out massively. So now we are on the softer compounds, I believe. Well, at least everyone in front of us does have to make a pit stop, and I do believe that the Norwegian is the only driver on the soft tyres at the minute. So we should be able to make out or put in a pretty good out lap, and that will guarantee us to come out in the lead once everyone has made their pit stops, of course. We do have a little bit of a gap in front of us, but we are going to be catching these drivers up pretty fast as we are on the fresher soft tyres. Make sure we get a pretty good line through the S-bends. Going a little bit wide here once again, but we are managing to keep it on the track. We managed to keep that speed up. Did lose a little bit of time, but it wasn't the end of the world. There is of course a really nasty barrier there that comes in to meet you if you do decide to run a little bit wide. So we managed to avoid that, and we are just about going to see a yellow flag. Who is that? That is going to be the Dutch driver that was just behind us when we came in for our pit stop. So that is going to help us out massively. As you see, everyone coming in for their pit stop, everyone was on medium tyres. So they're all going to come out on soft tyres. However, crucially, the Norwegian driver was on soft tyres and is now going to come out on medium tyres. However, the Dutchman, who was also on soft tyres at this point, did manage to get out in front of him, or in front of the Norwegian. So we definitely can't relax here, as we know we have a very fast driver on the same tyres that we are. Of course, he did pit on the same lap that we did. So we're going to see what we can do. We have about 3-second gap to play with. We have 4 laps remaining, or about 3.5 laps remaining. So unless he's taken out a second per lap, we should be able to hold on to this position. But luckily, the Norwegian, who is in 3rd position, he is going to hold up everybody else on those soft tyres. So it should be just a battle between me and the Dutchman. We'll see how it goes as we set in the fastest lap of the race. Set in purple sectors in sector 1 and sector 2. We're going to see the entire lap here, as it does happen to be the fastest lap of the race. So it's pretty nice to get the fastest lap of the race. It is always a little bit of a personal goal of mine. Just makes you feel good. Does increase the confidence as well. As we come over the line, coming all the way down to the finishing line here, all the way down to a 1:37.3. So a pretty decent lap time, considering it's not a favourable track of mine. But now we're going to fast forward to the end of the lap, where my tyres are absolutely dead. We managed to build up that gap to about 4 seconds. There's 3.7 seconds. And we actually finally won a daily race C with an all A rated lobby. I think this happens to go down as one of my personal best races. But that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you are enjoying the content, and subscribe so that you never miss a video. As we come here to collect our rewards, we did also pick up a clean race bonus, so fastest lap, victory and clean race. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.